وأحبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. أما بعد, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. All praise and glory belongs to Allah. May the mercy and the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be upon us all. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless me with the ability and the power that I can utilize to control my thoughts, my emotions, and my spirit. And I ask the same for you, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you power to be able to control your thoughts, your emotions, and your spirit. In reality, when we talk about taqwa, there are some translations that we do that takes us away from the actual meaning of taqwa. We sometimes translate it into, and I'll just use the term in English, as a spiritual dieting. And that taqwa is something that a person will do spiritual dieting as you do physical dieting. There's a few things that you will not do as you do your, if you want to lose weight or something, there's a few things you won't eat, there's a few things you will eat, and you will get to that. And taqwa we decide to, parhezgari, for example, we end up translating as a form of spiritual dieting. But actually, a person who fails in the physical dieting is because of the ability of theirs or the power not being there for them to control their thoughts, emotions, and even maybe the spirit as well. So if you don't have that power to control your thoughts, then you will go towards those things that you're not supposed to eat when you're dieting. Or if you don't have the power, then you will eat those things, right? And not avoid the ones that you're supposed to. So actually, here the issue is not the diet plan. The issue is not what you're supposed to eat and what you're not supposed to eat. The issue here is your power to be able to control your thoughts and your emotions. So taqwa in reality, you'll get really motivated. For example, for a week, you and I will do namaz-e-shab, and we are doing all of the prayers on time, and we decide to do some sort of tasbih, or we decide to look like a Muslim, have a beard on our face, or if your sisters are there, then wear a hijab. After a week or 2 weeks, the beard is off, the hijab is off, namaz-e-shab is no longer the same person as far as the first, awwal-e-waqt, start of the prayers they're not doing that anymore, delaying it. Or the tasbihs that they decided to do, they're not doing those tasbihs anymore. So the actual issue here is that we haven't developed the power to be able to control our thoughts, our emotions, and our spirit. Muttaqi is someone who can do that. Muttaqi is not someone who can do something for a week or 10 days and then not have the consistency or the persistence to be able to follow through. And one of the reasons why maybe we become this way is because we get to this sort of comfort zone in which we can't seem to get out. This comfort zone is created by our own thoughts and our own emotions. We are the ones who create this comfort zone. And if you want to get out of that, it is us who are going to get out of it. It's not someone who's going to come and narrate a khutbah and then all of a sudden this paradigm shift is going, well, it could happen. But after that, how long will be the consistency for that person to follow through would depend on the ability to control their thoughts, their emotions, and their spirit. The day of Jummah is quite significant in the traditions. A lot of the times, this comfort zone of ours becomes more of a checklist. In the checklist, we take a shower for the Salatul Jummah, we take our shower, we put some perfume on, we come to the center, there's someone who's going to talk to us for half an hour, and then we're going to have this sort of prayer, which is kind of like Fajr prayer, but the Qunut is different. And the Maulana decides to recite Surah Jummah, and we hear that, and we feel in our comfort zone with a checklist that we have done Jummah. But in reality, if you were to take a look at the tradition, the amount of emphasis that has been placed on the night of Jummah and the day of Jummah, we should be the one looking forward for this, the night that passed and the day that has come. You know how much we should be looking forward? Just as much as we look forward on that Eid day. Eid al-Fitr, the night of Eid al-Fitr, we are all very excited. We have our new clothes, we have, everything the whole day planned. We're going to go and do the Salah, and after that, it's Eid. And when we were back home, maybe that was the only Salah people used to go. Saal mein ek dafa padni thi namaz. Once a year, Salah would be for them is that the Salatul Eid. But we find that we don't have that same sort of excitement for Jummah. It is becoming to our comfort zone. Okay. Jummah is the day which is also associated with the Imam of the time. And we're going to discuss that in our second khutbah. But for now, the individuals that are here, try to take Jummah as a day of celebration, as a day of freedom. Jummah should be for you a day of freedom. Freedom from what? From the prison of our lowly desires. From the freedom of ghibah. From the freedom of tale-telling. From the freedom of anger without cause. And just cause. It should be a day of freedom in which we are able to connect to those family members and friends that we have severed our relationships with. It should be a day of freedom in which we remind ourselves that this world is a transient place. We're not going to stay here forever, by visiting the graves of the ones who have passed away. It should be the day in which we find forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It should be the day in which we find the forgiveness that we can give to our own selves. There are many sins that a person commits, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives, but the person does not forgive themselves. And they remain in that prison for the rest of their lives. Eid is a day of freedom. It's not a day of imprisonment. The reason why it has been honored in all of the days, it is called the day of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is because of what is the person going to perceive it as. All of this motivation has been given to us about dua, about istighfar. So the days that I'm with you, we're not going to have that sort of traditional checklist. Try to get out of our comfort zones. Part of your Jummah should be that once Jummah is done, if you're going back to work, which is fine, you go back to work, but before you get home, buy something special for your family. Just as you would do on Eid. On Eid al-Fitr, you'll do that, right? Buy something special for your daughter, buy something special for your wife, buy something special for your son. Bring that home and tell them. Tell your wife, the reason why you're bringing flowers is not because, the typical reason why you bring flowers, but you're bringing flowers because it is Jumu'ah today. It is Eid. Bring some sort of toy or something that your kids like to eat and tell them the reason why I'm bringing it is because today is Jumu'ah. Let's make Jumu'ah become alive again. Let's put the spirit of Jumu'ah back into Jumu'ah. Let's get out of our comfort zone. Call that individual that you haven't called or spoken to for years. Forgive someone that you haven't forgiven for years. And when you forgive them, tell them, the reason why I'm forgiving you is because today is Jumu'ah. Instead of just this checklist, we heard Surah Jumu'ah, we're done. Embrace each other as brothers. Like truly like brothers. Give in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because it's Jumu'ah. All of the amal that are performed on the day of Jumu'ah, the amount of sawab or reward that has been associated is amazing. You know, they say that Shab Jumu'ah, when it happens till Jumu'ah until the night, the angels, they come out with these sort of plaques and pens, and all they do is just write the salawat on Muhammad and Ali Muhammad. Another way you can look at it as Eid is, you know, let's say you work hard for someone, right? You work hard for someone and there is a day which they celebrate you. They give you gifts. They honor you. They make you feel special. For a slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has worked hard 6 days, Jumu'ah is that day where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala celebrates you. He gives you the opportunity that if you were to do dua, He will not say no. If you do istighfar, He will forgive you. If you do the tasbih, the hamd of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will accept that as praise. So, take this particular day as a day of Eid. Celebrate it. Think of it as special. And bring back the spirit of Jumu'ah. Because if it comes, trust me when I say that this day can change the condition of us as Muslims. If the spirit of Jumu'ah comes back. Just this one day. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the opportunity to be able to do that. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you and me the opportunity to control our thoughts, our emotions, and our spirit. That control is what is taqwa. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the opportunity to connect with the ones that we have disconnected. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the opportunity to be able to remind ourselves that this world is a transient place. We're only here for a little while and we're going to have to go back to Him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all your prayers. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Al-Asr. إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وبه نستعين والصلاة والسلام على محمد وآل محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. The second khutbah is supposed to be reminded, to become motivated, to become aware of the conditions of your Muslim brothers and sisters internally in the community and also outside. I might have mentioned this to you before, but I will mention it. The reason why this I'm holding is not just because the fact that, I've gotten old and I've got a few gray hair in my beard, that it will be difficult for me to stand. It's not for Maulana Sahib, it's difficult for them to stand, so you give them a asa. The reason why Imam Juma carries this or something to defend himself, it's actually to defend myself from you. And the reason why I might need this to defend myself from you is because in the second khutbah, second sermon, I'm supposed to point out to those individuals who are cutting the roots of the community. Those individuals who, because of their arrogance, they have created this environment in which the community is not comfortable. I'm supposed to point out those individuals who are greedy, and in their jealousy, they have created an environment where people are not able to get close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That they might have hurt the other community members, either physically, verbally, or emotionally. I'm supposed to point out those individuals who are not becoming part of the pillars of the community, yet they are destroying the pillars of the community. So therefore, if any one of you is such, and I point it out, then I need something to defend myself. The other thing in the second khutbah you're supposed to do is talk about the conditions of the Muslim brothers and sisters around the world. And in that, if I'm doing and I'm pointing out the enemies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who are creating that environment in which the Muslim brothers and sisters are suffering, are dying, are hungry, then if one of the individuals happens to be in the crowd, I should be able to defend myself. But what do? There's really no need. First of all, I'm not going to, maybe let's say, point out those individuals. And the other is just tell you to have taqwa, control over your thoughts, emotions, and spirit. Be good to each other. Be a good Muslim. Worry about the brothers and sisters in Islam. And I will say the salawat on Muhammad and Ali Muhammad, and we will be done the second khutbah. This part of the second khutbah needs to be revived as well. When you do your accounting at the end of the day, don't just include yourself in that accounting. You understand accounting? Do we do that at the end of the day? And not of your business. A person should do accounting of themselves of that day before they go to sleep. So accounting means today, for example, did I give the rights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Was I able to perform my obligations? Was I supposed to, the things I was supposed to stay away from, did I stay away from? Did I give the rights of the people, the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, hukukul ibad? Did I give those? Did I give the rights to my family? Did I give the rights to the community? Somebody come to ask for help, did I help or not? And then the third part is, what did I do in my own self as to reform my soul and my character? Was I able to not lie today? Was I able to tell the truth today? Did I do backbiting of someone? Did I, confronted myself on the habits that I have built that are taking me away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And when you're doing that accounting, think about the children who have died in Yemen. 2018, I was at a place where One of the representatives of the ones who were actually working with a lot of the NGOs to take care of the kids, just to provide them milk. They had mentioned that United Way, I believe it was, or Red Cross, had estimated that by June of 2018, 50,000 children would have died because of malnutrition. So this was the projection. The person who was giving the speech or giving the presentation, he said that so far 50,000 kids have already died. In 2018, 100,000 children in Yemen died because they did not have enough food. And that sort of accounting, when you do, you know, on daily basis, you kind of realize, you say to yourself, my children had milk. There was milk in the fridge for my children. But what about the children in Yemen? Every time you will go to the fridge and try and open it and see milk, you will realize that my children have milk, but the children in Yemen, they don't. I need to do something. I need to find some sort of venue where I'm able to give something to protect those children from dying because of malnutrition. How many orphans we have in Iraq? How many widows we have in Iraq? Who are they have support of? Are they supposed to look at the support from someone else? They're supposed to look at from you and I. Why do we not become enough motivated to do that? Are they not your responsibility, my responsibility? Is my and your responsibility only mahdood, only limited till the four walls of our house? Am I and you not connected with those children who died because of malnutrition? Are we not going to be asked on the Day of Judgment? You see, I only have 4 minutes left, so look at the person next to you. You're looking at me. Look at the person next to you. Are they close to you? Yeah? They're sitting on the same carpet as you? Yes or no? They're your brothers? Yes? You love them? Yes or no? Yes. The children that are sitting there next to you, your children, right? They're close to you. You can see them. You have love for them, right? Can you see next to you the child that is dying, taking the last breaths in Yemen? Can you see the widower who has no support left to feed her children, extending her hands to beg? You can't, right? Why? Because they're in Iraq, in Yemen, in Syria? Yeah? Okay. I'll show you they're actually not there, they're right next to you. You know, the borders is the yellow line that human beings have made. Are you on? We'll just ask you a few questions, okay? The carpet that you're sitting on, is it connected to the earth? Yes? Everybody? Is it connected to the earth? How many earths do we have? One. Yes? Where is Syria? Where is Iraq? Where is Yemen? Where is Afghanistan? Where is Pakistan? On which earth? This earth. Yes? Yes or no? We're in the same earth. The yellow lines are made by us. This earth that you're sitting on is connected to another earth, right? No. It's connected to the same earth. This floor is connected to the foundation. That foundation is connected to the parking lot. The parking lot is connected to the road outside. That road outside is connected to another road. That road is connected to another road, and that road leads to another ocean, and that ocean is connected to that, and that ocean is connected to another road, and that road is connected to another road, and right beside you is that child dying of malnutrition in Yemen. We're not separate. There is the widow extending her hands, asking for money. Why? Because it's the same earth. No matter where you happen to be, no matter where you happen to be, you're always connected to the rest of the world. You're never separate. Therefore, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to be a nation, not a tribe. Right now we are tribes, as in the old day of ignorance and darkness. I am from the tribe Pakistan. Another person is tribe from India. Another person tribe from Iraq. Another person tribe from Afghanistan. We have divided ourselves in tribes in the names of countries that you and I were born in. When will we become a nation? Is when we break the boundaries of our tribes. And then we say, we are from one tribe. And that tribe is, La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. Your identification should be La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. And if you're going to extend it to Aliyun Waliullah, that tribe has to be even more stronger. Let's become a nation of La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Let's take ourselves out of this tribe mentality. Let's become one with the rest of the people on this earth, not just particularly about our own tribe. Everybody. Okay? And the Imam of the time that we're waiting for is not the Imam of tribes. He is the Imam of a nation. And as long as we are divided in tribes, we will never be able to follow his lead, or even when this environment that is created is not conducive for the advent of the Imam of the time. If you want to prepare, get out of this tribe mentality and become a nation. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make the coming of our Imam as soon as possible. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the opportunity to look at each other with the eyes, with the heart, with the thoughts of nothing more but God consciousness. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the opportunity to help ourselves, our community, and the rest of the Muslim brothers and sisters around the world. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the wisdom and courage to know what is right and to know what is wrong. And for what is right, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the strength to be able to stand up and say it. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على أشرف الأنبياء خاتم المرسلين حبيب قلوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا أبي القاسم محمد والصلاة والسلام على أمير المؤمنين علي بن أبي طالب اللهم صل على والصلاة والسلام على فاطمة الزهراء سيدة النساء العالمين والصلاة والسلام على حسن بن علي أبا عبد الله الحسين علي بن الحسين محمد بن علي جعفر بن محمد موسى بن جعفر علي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي والحجة بن قائم المهدي اللهم عجل في فرج مولانا صاحب العصر والزمان وجعل الله تعالى من غلامهم وانصارهم